Yo, welcome back to ChurchMunky. I hope everybody had a fun and safe weekend. My weekend was quite boring. Just sat around, same old, playing video games. My girl and I just beat Split Fiction. Now we're playing A Way Out. That game is fire. I've played some of it once before, and it's a multiplayer game where you're breaking out of prison. And it's kind of weird because I'm playing it with my girlfriend, and the characters are two guys. So, like, when we're breaking out of prison, I'm like, hell yeah, homie. And then I look over at my girlfriend, and I'm like, oh, you're not my homie. But it's been a lot of fun. I still have not beat Cuphead. I've been stuck on that last level for God knows how long. It was a boring weekend. I'm trying to save money. Almost got my new car paid off, so I've been staying inside, not doing much. Especially with these gas prices, man. Going to the lake last week, fucking lake's like an hour away, cost me some gas money. My girlfriend and I might go to the beach this weekend. That's going to cost me some money. Pretty much when you leave the house, expect to spend $40, you know? So I do not be going out as much. I stay home as much as I can. But I hope you guys had a more fun weekend than that. If you guys are going out and you're richer than me, fucking hit that like and subscribe. And I am Kai Sanat. Hit that like and subscribe and send me donations, or what is it? No, Twitch, they get subscribers. But yeah, send me some subs. Please give me monthly subs if you're richer than me and you're going out. I'd appreciate it. Need all the money I can get. It won't be as bad soon once I have my car paid off. I'm really liking my car, and it's really worth it, but I got lucky. My payment's not too much. It's $250 a month, which isn't crazy. There are some people out there paying like $500 a month. But, yeah, it's been $200 a month, and I'm a pool guy, man. I'm not rich. That's like $200 a month is basically my fun money, you know? I have enough money to pay my bills and probably $200 to go out and do stuff. So for the past however long, since February, I think, I have had no money. No fun money, at least. And, yeah, so I've been staying at home. Life has been real boring. But, you know, video games, I pay for that Xbox Game Pass every month, so I get freaking hella video games, dog. And I've never really been into video games. You know, my dad was a young dad. He had me when he was 17, so growing up, I'd watch my dad play Halo, and I'd watch my dad play Call of Duty, but I was never allowed to play any of the games. I'd just watch him and his friends play. So I've never been much of a gamer, but lately, with not having any money, it's kind of nice. You buy that Xbox one time, and it's a lot of entertainment, man. So that's what I've been doing. Kind of boring to some people. The more I think about it, I'm kind of a fat fucking nerd, but hey, it is what it is. But yeah, the payment's not bad, and it's really worth it for that car. $250 a month with no interest or anything like that. And I'm almost done paying it off. I've been putting extra payments and shit. I should be done in a couple months. Hoorah! I just got my insurance money from that guy who hit and ran my car a couple months ago. So that was nice. Used that to pay off some of that debt and used it to pay off some credit card debt. Things are looking up. But, yeah, this podcast was way easier when I first started it. I had the co-host, and then I also was doing stand-up every week. So every week I had some funny story or some new joke that I thought of. Then I started doing it once a month for a while, and now I haven't done it in like 2 months, man. It's hard. It's real hard in the summertime. I'm sure it'd be a lot easier if I lived in New York and I just, like, walked around everywhere. Or even in L.A., like... Or no, probably not in L.A. either. Being a pool boy, I'm out in the sun all day. And after work, I'm drained as hell. I guess it'd be easier in L.A. if I, like, lived right next to an open mic. Or even here, if I just lived in the town over, it would be a lot easier to just go hit the mic. But every open mic, there's no open mic in my town. So every open mic is a 45-minute plus drive. So it's like, you want me to work 8 hours in the sun and then get home, immediately change and shower, and hit an open mic? Like, that's crazy. It would be a lot easier if I lived in that town, because I'd be able to get home, take a nap, relax for a little bit. But I live so far, I got to get off and get the fuck to the open mic. So it's been a mixture of things, a struggle of money, a struggle of energy. All my energy is being used up at work, but that's okay, man. I like my job. I really do. I like being a pool guy. It's a very satisfying job. I'm not rich, obviously, but it pays enough to pay my bills. And I don't know. It's been beating me up lately, though. I feel like when you get a new pool, like especially if the last pool boy wasn't as good, or if like the pool looked shitty when you got there. When you first get a new pool, people are always like, oh my God, it looks so good. Oh my God, thanks so much for coming. Oh my God, this and that. And you know, that makes you feel good. It makes you feel like, oh wow, I'm actually working for something. And it's like, I don't really get complaints that much, but now it's like, I've been their pool guy for 2 or 3 years for most of my pools, so there's no more like, good job or thank you. That sounds so gay when I talk about it, but like, I don't know, when you're at work and you get told like, hey, thanks for the work, good job, it helps a lot, you know? Homeowners come out and they'd be like, my pool looks beautiful, and I'm like, that's why I know I'm so good at my job. But lately it's just like, I don't see any homeowners ever, unless once a week one comes out to complain. And it's like, damn, these pools look immaculate. I take a bunch of pictures, I am proud of my work, but no one seems to care anymore, bro. It kind of sucks, I can't lie. That's been kind of getting me down. And then also, I work myself like a dog, dude. I do landscaping. I don't just do landscaping. I do a lot of odd jobs around the town. Landscaping is the first one, but I've helped a lot of people just like move stuff around or clean stuff. I like to work. I like to have extra money. And, yeah. That gets you far, you know. My grandpa always told me you got to work harder than the guy standing next to you, and that's what I've done my whole life. But man, with every job I've ever had, I do work harder than the guy standing next to me. You know what happens? I get all the fucking work, and it's like it is cool. It is cool to be someone that, like, you know, people rely on me. When people see that their weeds are too grown, their first thought is, I'm gonna call Mook, and that makes me feel good. It's like nice, but at the same time, I need some relaxing. The summer sun is beating me up. And it hasn't even been that hot this year. I think this is just, you know, it's my 3rd year cleaning pools, and every year you get some more and more pools. Your boss trusts you a little more each time. So I think this is the most amount of pools I've ever had, and I'm just, like, so beat up after work. And then, like, 2 days a week, I got to go do landscaping after work. And then it's like, oh, yeah. You just landscape for 2 hours, you're covered in dirt and probably bitten by a bunch of spiders, but guess what? Suit up, buddy. It's time to drive to the open mic. You got me tripping. I ain't not doing that shit, bro. I'm really hoping one day in the future I can like live closer to open mics, or you know, hopefully in a couple months I finish that car payment and I can pay off a lot of my credit card debt. That would free me up a lot. You know, I've never been good at math. So when I got my credit card, they were like, hey, it's a starter card, so it's a pretty high interest rate, like 20%. I was like, 20%? That's, if I spent $100, that's only $20. So what? That's nothing. Oh my God, bro. It's a lot. I kind of fucked myself pretty hard, but it is what it is. You live and you learn. That's the way the cookie crumbles. That's the way the cookie crumbles. But yeah, I'm really hoping here soon I can clear up some of my debt. I'm doing really good on the car payment. And you know, the 20% interest cards were never that bad. I never even like felt anything until I got this car payment. It took my fun money. And my fun money I usually spent on my credit cards, and I paid off my credit cards. And then I got this car and I wasn't able to pay off my credit cards. And those shits added up. The interest added up. So I've been broke and staying at home. That's the way it goes, man. I do want to do comedy again, though. I'm itching for it. I'm fiending for it. Trying to get back on the stage. See my friends. It's a lot of fun. I don't know. I'm not really a bar guy, though. I really like comedy clubs in the Bay Area, like The Function. where there's a bar and then a seated area with the stage and stuff. Because I will go sit over there and like watch the stage. I'm not a bar guy. Maybe I'll get a drink, but especially during stand-up or open mics, like I hate the people at the bars that are just like talking to themselves and being loud. And yeah, I'm not really like that. Max is pretty good in Fairfax too, and the Barrel Proof. They all have like their own stage and section. But yeah, I was just thinking about that today. I was like, I haven't done stand-up in a while, and I haven't gone to a bar in forever too. I think like when I did stand-up, that was like my third or fourth time ever at a bar. I think before I went to the Barrel Proof, yeah, I went to a bar with my friend after the Mark Norman show. We saw him, then we went to a bar. And then I think I went to the bar with my friend Jose like maybe 2 times. Like I really think I'd only been to a bar 3 or 4 times. Or actually, one of those times I went out with Jose, we did bar hop. So maybe that counts as multiple bars. But like I said, I'm not really a bar guy. And then I start doing stand-up, and I'm just hanging out in bars all across the Bay Area. I do miss it, though. It's a lot of fun. It's a good community. It's good vibes. I'm just broke. Maybe I should start an open mic here. Nah, that would not fly. There are way too many tourists here. The open mic here, someone in the crowd would just be like, doce quoi, I can't do a French accent. Was that French enough? Cleaning pools at these rich Airbnbs, you see a lot of French people, a lot of German people, all types of people this time of year. And that's another thing that sucks about pools. You know, I have my chemicals balanced all the time, and it's like, if you balance your chemicals and then a few people swim, I have a lot of pools where just like casual people swimming, that pool will be fine. You will hold your chemicals for weeks. But these big Airbnbs, when a party comes and there's like 8 people in a pool, oh my God, I'll get there the next week and it's fucked up. Oh my God, it's terrible. I had this one hot tub I had to drain and refill. I'm pretty sure, I heard that it was a bunch of girls who rented it out and a bunch of girls in the hot tub. And I honestly think one of them had to be like on their period or something, because that hot tub was disgusting. It was like orange. I would throw up a picture right here, but you know, I'm not going to do that to the homeowners. But man, it was bad. Like, it was like I'd never seen no hot tub water like that in my life. Hot tub water can get a little murky, and it can be discolored, especially if you're on well water and there's like a lot of iron in your water. But man, the week before, that shit was crystal clear. And the next weekend, I didn't even want to put my hand in to test the chemicals. It was that bad. It was gnarly. It smelled bad. Whew. I have a few horror stories from some crazy, crazy-ass pools. But yeah, man, so I do really like my job. I really wish people were more appreciative. So for some people, it takes them having a pool guy that doesn't do as much as the last one for them to realize. There are a lot of people who have dropped us for a couple months and then call us right back. But yeah, you know, it's whatever they say. You take it for granted. You take it for granted while you have it. What the fuck is that saying? You don't know what you have until it's gone. Don't tell me thank you. Don't appreciate me. I'm the best damn pool boy there is. But yeah, on a side note, other than that, I've been trying to deal with my anger like a lot. That's been pretty tough. I don't know what it is, but I've always had this like rage inside of me, and I've pretty much quit smoking nicotine. I quit for a few weeks and then fell right back onto the wagon. This shit got me by the nuts, dude. Crazy. But now I don't vape at work. I leave it at work. I leave it at home and don't bring it to work. Because that was really getting me. I was buying a vape every 5 days. A big vape, too. They sell these vapes that are 100,000 hits. And I'd go through it in 5 days. And it was like $40 every 5 days. That's way too much money. I don't know why I was spending that much money. So I leave it at home now. and I don't bring it to work. And I've also stopped smoking weed as much because I don't want to spend money on it, and it's not good for, your lungs. And, like, I'm just trying to quit my vices. I'm trying to be a healthier person. But now I have this seething rage deep inside of me that I cannot shut off. I should probably talk to a doctor. I'm probably bipolar. But yeah, it's like, man, today I got so mad because I was driving my work truck and I was hungry, but I didn't have time to take my lunch yet. And for lunch, I packed a Hot Pocket because, my girlfriend thinks this is weird, but every blue-collar guy does this. I mean, pool guy work is blue-collar. I'm outside all day. It's like bottom-of-the-ring blue-collar. I drive a work truck. I don't know. But every blue-collar guy knows. I brought a Hot Pocket to work, and I cooked it on the dash. You can do that if it's hot enough outside and your work truck's in the sun all day. Put that shit on the dash. The wrapper around the pizza pocket will just puff up like it's cooked in a microwave. My girlfriend says I'm getting like botulism or something, but I don't even know what that word means, so I'd rather not think about it. But yeah, I brought this Hot Pocket to work, and I was like, okay, I'm driving my work truck. I'm going to eat this, take a couple bites. It's not quite lunchtime yet, but I'm hungry. So I take a bite of this Hot Pocket, and it instantly shit out the side. And like half of the cheese and the shit comes out, and it goes right onto my phone screen. And bro, I got so fucking mad. I was like clenching my fists, and I was like, why the fuck can I not just eat a fucking Hot Pocket? All I want to do is eat a Hot Pocket, but life has to fuck me so hard. I'm getting mad just thinking about it. I don't know what it is. I should probably talk to a doctor. I get mad. My girlfriend told me before, the tiniest thing can fuck up my whole day and make me pissed. And that's not good. And I'm really trying to work on that. I've been trying to do the breathing and shit. Dude, this sounds so gay. But it's true. You can't just be an asshole your whole life. So I've been trying to do, like, when you get mad, breathe and hold it in for 3 seconds. But that shit does not work. I breathe and I hold it in, and then I breathe out fire. And I'm just more mad than I was before. So, yeah. I have been trying to work on that because, I am a comedian. I do love to laugh, and I love to make people laugh. But I don't know what it is. There's just a rage inside of me that's never ending. Unless I have all my vices. If I'm drunk and high and hitting a nicotine vape, I'll never be mad. Can I just be drunk and high all the time? Come on. Can I just be fucked up all the time? Jesus. What's the difference between a doctor prescribing you meds and just taking a couple shots and smoking a joint every few hours? What's the difference? Yeah, I guess alcohol is not good for your kidneys. Don't listen to me. Don't listen to me at all. I'm going to talk to a doctor. I'm not a doctor. Don't listen to my advice. This is all satirical. Gotta cover my ass. No one listens to this, but my luck, there'd be one guy that listens to this, stops taking his meds, and drinks himself to death, bro. That is not what I'm talking about. But yeah, another thing that pissed me off, I went to the weed store today, actually. The great thing about smoking less weed is like how much cheaper it is. I spend like $20 on a yart every paycheck. That's it. Before, bro, it was bong rips out the wazoo. I was buying weed way too much, spending way too much money. Hence why I'm in credit card debt. And the great thing about smoking less weed is you can just get one yart and that shit'll last. You just hit it once and you're faded, homie. I needed that tea break. I was smoking weed for like 10 years straight, damn near. And I definitely needed that tea break. But the thing that pissed me off, right, I went to the weed store and they changed their fucking happy hour. Bro, And you can tell they did this on purpose so fucking hard. They used to have a happy hour where everything was 20% off from 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. And that was so lit. I would be able to get there by 5:30 almost every day. Or every time I needed, not every day, holy moly. Every time I needed a Benjamin, I was able to get there at like 5:30. Because, I work from normal times, 9 to 5, like most people do. And, yeah, they changed it, bro. Dude, the happy hour is so legit. Because if everything is 20% off, that's basically like what California taxes on government weed. Like, that's why I call it weed from a dispensary. Factory weed, government weed. They tax that shit out the wazoo. I'm pretty sure like regular sales tax is 12%, but that sales tax is like 20%. So when you go at the happy hour, 20% off, you're basically not paying the taxes. Well, you are paying the taxes, but the amount you get off, it's like almost the price that it said on the thing. Does that make any sense? If you go there and it says that a yart is $18, you're spending $23, $24, maybe even $25 sometimes. But with that 20% off, that yart says $18, you get that shit for $20.50. Or you get that shit for, like, it's legit. And they fucking changed it. Of course they did, bro. They realized, most people work 9 to 5, and everyone's coming between 4 and 6. So you know what we're going to do? Happy hours from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. What type of bullshit is that? I'm not trying to go to the head shop on a Saturday, bro. And I'm not trying to stop on my lunch break in the work truck. Are you fucking out of your mind, bro? That's a violation, dog. You can't just change the happy hour like that. Fuck you, bro. And fuck your government weed. Bro. It pissed me off, man. I was like, fuck. Gotta spend $25 on a yart when it could have been 21. Damn, I'm cheap as hell. I'm cheap as hell. But it is what it is, bro. You gotta save money where you can. Man, it's crazy how much that industry's changed, dude. Like, I know I sound like an old head saying this. You can call me an unk in the comments all you want. But, like, yeah, I remember when weed was legalized in California. Like, I remember when dispensaries started opening. I mean, it was medically legal for a long time. But when I was, like, 15 smoking weed, I couldn't get a fucking medical marijuana card. So, like, it was still recreationally illegal. And for a while, I forget what year it became legal, but yeah, it's just so crazy. Now I go into a store with bright lights and people smiling. They're like, hey, how can I help you? Bro, I used to have to go to the darkest dungeons just to get a 3.5. Like, bro. These kids nowadays, when they turn 21 and they're just like, let's hit the bar in the dispensary, they'll never understand, bro. When I first walked into a dispensary, I remember looking back and forth like, y'all ain't gonna get me? This is real? And granted, it's still bullshit because it's like still federally illegal, so the feds can still come raid dispensaries. But yeah, bro, when I was in high school, that's how weed was a gateway drug. Like, I hate that weed is legalized because it's expensive as hell now, but I like that it's legalized because it's much more friendly. Like, people used to say weed is a gateway drug, and everyone would be like, no, it's not. It's just weed. And it's not that you smoke weed and you're like, I want to do crack, right? That's not what it is at all. What it is you smoke enough weed, you buy from the same guy enough, eventually he's like, hey, you trying to try ecstasy? Or, hey, you trying to try mushrooms? Like, that's what it is. Getting it from a dealer, going back to the same dealer, you're going to be offered something else eventually. And the curiosity might get the best of you, like it does to some of us. Totally not me. Totally not me. No, but... So I do like that it is legal in that aspect for sure. Because now it's like, they're not going to offer you anything else on your way out of the weed store. But that shit is expensive, man. I remember when I was in high school, there was this dude named Dab Dude. I don't know why I hung out with this guy, man. He was like 35, bro. And we were like 15. And this fool would just smoke us out and then play Black Ops 3 for hours, bro. I don't know how many days of school I went to one period and then played Black Ops 3 high as fuck, dude, for hours and hours. And yeah, I don't think kids should have to go through that anymore. I think like, well, obviously kids can't buy weed from a dispensary. So I guess kids are fucking still going through it, man. Don't go to dab dudes, okay? I mean, he never like did anything weird, but it's just weird. He lived at his grandma's house and we were just like, all right, you got weed? We'll come in. Oh my God, and this dude's room was a mess, bro. I really hope this guy's doing better because, yeah, he was like in his 30s. He didn't have a job. He just smoked weed and played Black Ops 3 all day. His grandma bought all his weed. And, like, one day I was there with a fool. Who was it? Oh, I think this fool Arturo. And he, like, fell asleep thinking he was sitting in a chair. And this fool was on a mountain of cans. He was just on a mountain of Mountain Dew cans. The Mountain Dew he was sleeping on. Mount Dew. Bro was sleeping on the peak of Mount Dew. Oh, man, that house was nasty. There was one time, Dab Dude spilled a bowl of cereal that he said had been there since he moved in 10 years ago. This fool spilt the bowl of cereal, and it was so nasty smelling, they evacuated his apartment and the one next to him. They thought it was like something radioactive. Nah, that's just Dab Dude's 10-year-old Fruit Loops. Bro. Oh, my gosh. But I stopped hanging out with him. My homie Drew told me when that happened. I stopped hanging out with him long before that. I was at his house one day. We were all taking dabs, and I accidentally knocked over one of his dab rigs, and it broke. And he was like, yo, either pay me back, either buy me a new rig, pay me back, or get me some dabs to make up for it. And I was like, bro, I'm 15 years old. I don't have a job. Like, so I just never hung out with him ever again. He was like, yeah, if you don't pay me back, don't come back. I was like, okay. I just will go smoke with kids my age, you fucking weirdo. Oh, good times, bro. Good times. Yeah, I hung out with a lot of people I probably shouldn't have. Dab Dude was one of them. I won't name the people that... Yeah, I won't go too dark, but I did hang out with this dude named Cheeseburger. He was a homeless guy. I think it was sophomore year summer school. I went to summer school almost every year. I was a dumbass, barely graduated. We went to this school, Monty, for summer school. You know how like every year the summer school, it's at a different place in the same district? Yeah, you get it. We went to this place. And when you got off the bus and started walking there was this homeless fool named Cheeseburger. And he would just always be there. And we'd be like, what's up, Cheeseburger? One day, this fool asked me to buy him some food. And I was like, all right, I got you. So I went in there and I was like, it's breakfast time. What should I get him? I don't know. I'm a fat ass. I'm going to get him some powdered donuts. Powdered donuts are great. I love powdered donuts. So I bought myself like a Gatorade or something. Then I bought him some powdered donuts. And I was like, here you go, Cheeseburger. I felt so good about myself. Here you go, Cheeseburger. You have a good day, man. Cheeseburger looks at me. He goes, what, do I look like a white fool to you, bro? You think I want some powdered donuts, bro? You didn't even get me the chocolate? You got me some powdered donuts, fool? And I was like, bro, you are homeless. Beggars can't be choosers, dog. I wonder if Cheeseburger's still here. Dude, I wonder. I never thought about that. I hope he's not. I hope he's... maybe he's here, but not homeless. Hopefully he's not homeless. But yeah, man, that was a wild summer school. That was the same year I got into weed, and I was selling yarts throughout the summer school. Yeah, that shit was wild, bro. And Cheeseburger, he was a hell of a character, that's for sure. My dog, Cheeseburger. It sounds like radio. Like, it sounds like a movie or like a fake name. I mean, obviously it wasn't his real name, but no, it was a real dude named Cheeseburger. Cheeseburger and Dab Dude. What the fuck? I'm so lucky I didn't get touched, bro. Who was I hanging out with? What the fuck? Lucky I didn't get touched. What am I talking about? I looked like a young Elmer Fudd, bro. I was a ugly, fat fucking kid, bro. Ugly and fat as hell. But yeah, that's about it for today. Those are the shit that makes me angry. Another thing I was thinking about today is, are farts funny? I was listening to Mark Norman on David Cross's podcast, and Mark Norman farted, and David Cross got pissed. And like, Mark Norman always be ripping ass. Like, I've listened to Mark Norman for a long time, but David Cross got pissed. He was like, "That's not even a joke, bro. You just farted." And it's like, yeah, but aren't jokes like? Aren't farts like the original joke, right? Like, I'm sure cavemen, before we even had a language, I'm sure every time we farted, we laughed, right? Because it's unexpected, and it's a sound from your ass. I mean, like, do I really got to spell it out? It's a sound from your butt cheeks. I mean, come on. I think farts are funny when you hear them. I don't think they're funny when you smell them. That shit's disrespectful, bro. My stepdad does that to me all the time. If you're listening to this, I love you, but your ass stinks, fool. It's so bad. He farts, and I'll be like, "Oh, that's funny. That kind of sounded wet, bro. You should wipe your ass." Like, after that nasty fart. And I laugh for a second, and then the smell kicks in. Hell no. Evacuate the premises. Hell no. Hell no. So I can't decide. He's the worst, too. He'll trap you in the kitchen and fart and then stand in front of the door so you can't get out. He's the worst, bro. But I'm even laughing thinking about it, so, like, they are funny. Yeah, I don't know. That's just something I was thinking about today. I think they are, but they aren't. I don't know. It all depends. I love ripping a mean one on my girlfriend. That's so funny. That's hilarious. I love being like, I learned it from my stepdad. I love being like, "Wait, do you hear that?" And then just rip a mean one. Like, come on. That's comedy right there. You hear that barking spider? Merp. Come on, dude. Classic. I think farts are more funny when they're accidental, honestly. I think when someone farts and they're like, "Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry." You're sorry that you fucking air escaped your ass? You should have clenched harder. You should be sorry, you bitch. All right, that's why I'm leaving it off on. I'll put a poll in the comments. Are farts funny, yes or no? All right, well, thank you guys for listening. This week's album of the week is Muse by Polyphia. They're such a good band. I saw them at Aftershock 2023, and yeah, they played right before 311. They were 15 minutes late, so I didn't get to watch their whole set. They were supposed to like play their whole set before 311, but they were 15 minutes late, so I watched like 15 minutes of them, and then I was like, all right, 311 starts in a few minutes. I'm going to see 311. But they ripped it live. I think the lead guitarist is named Tim Henson, one of the most talented guitarists ever, bro. He shows guitars how they're meant to be played. But their album of the week is Muse, which is their very first album. You know, I don't think Polyphia is bad now. I'm trying not to be a hater, but I can't get into their newer stuff. It is very techno. They still rip the guitar, but it's just very techno. This is Muse is Polyphia's first album, but they had an EP before that. I forget what it's called, where they actually had a vocalist, and they were like a heavy metal band. Like, it was just chugs, the gent chugs, and then a screamer. So then when they transitioned to an instrumental band on Muse, it was like heavy metal with crazy guitar riffs. So I don't know. Their newer stuff's okay, but Muse by Polyphia is this week's album of the week. Go listen to that. Don't listen to any other podcasts, or else you're cheating on me. You know how it goes. Thank you guys for listening. Hasta luego. Hey, everybody. Thank you so much for listening to this week's episode of Church Monkey. If you made it this far, I really appreciate you. If you want any exclusive content or our social medias, all that will be at churchmonkey.com. Thanks for listening.